Hello and welcome to Drawing Traditional Designs using Wavy Lines. So today we're going to take what we're learning about Mexican folk art and use some traditional designs in our artwork. So you're going to need a pencil and you're going to need some picture to look at. I have put some pictures that I drew with this lesson so you can look at them. If you can print them out, that would be awesome. But if not, you can look at them on your device while you're drawing your picture, and that will help you figure out how to make your image. So for practicing drawing, we're just going to practice on regular white printer paper or whatever kind of paper you have around. Our really nice amate style paper, we're going to leave that off to the side for now. We're going to come back to that later. So get your regular paper and your pencil and something to look at, and we'll get started. Now, when we're drawing the bird, you can see the bird has lots of curvy lines that make up its body. So I'm going to practice drawing this S shape. It's kind of a wavy line. Draw a couple of them on your paper just to get started. We're also going to be using this shape, a circle, or you could think of it like an O. And this looks kind of like a letter U, this curvy line, like a letter U. Or if it's upside down, it would look like that. Now when I take those shapes, those curvy lines, and I put them together around the circle, we get a whole new shape. So the flower, that's pretty easy, right? And if we combine all these shapes and lines, we'll end up with the kind of thing that we need. If we're using straight lines, we're not going to get what we need. This is not a straight line type of project. Curvy lines is what we want. There we go. So, on your other side of your paper, just start by drawing some wavy lines. I did one across the top, one that goes top to bottom. We're going to practice that S shape too. And make another smaller S right next to it. There we go. And now I'm going to make kind of a beak shape. Now you can use curvy lines for this. There we go. You might have to try this more than once to get it the way you want it to look, but I've got a bird's head now. The head and the neck of the bird. So what comes next? Well, I'm going to put that line there, the curvy line there. Let's try and think about this wing shape. It's kind of like a circle. And we've got most of a circle here right now. So right there would be a good place to put our wing. So I'm going to pretend the circle's already there. I'm just going to come around this way, come over this way, and there we go. Now, I'm just drawing the circle here so you can imagine it. You don't have to draw that circle when you do yours. That's just there so you can remember that shape is there. So now I'm going to use this curvy line. I'm going to turn it sideways though. And I'm going to start another one halfway down. There we go. Now I'm going to put my pencil halfway and curvy line. Halfway, curvy line. There we go. I finished one wing. Let's go ahead on the other side. This bird has its wings spread out because it was just flying. I think it was probably coming in for a landing. I'm going to use that curvy line again, except this time it's turned. There we go. Same thing. I start halfway down that line, and I draw my next line. Halfway down, curvy line. Start halfway down, curvy line. There we go. So I've got my wings. What's next? Let's draw another big wavy line. Two big wavy lines. There we go. And look here, you can see the bottom of the lines they're far apart. and at the top they're close together. That can take a couple of tries. It might take some practice to get that right. You could even practice somewhere else on the side of your paper. Practice making the tail feathers until you get it right. Remember, this is practice paper, so you can mess up as many times as you want to. I did a couple more wavy lines, and now I'm going to connect the bottoms with a small curvy line like that. Curvy line, curvy line, curvy line. And now I have my tail feathers. Now my bird needs some special feathers, so I'm going to do just a couple more curvy lines here and a special spiral line. It's going to go like that. I'm going to make my spiral come around. This bird has a cool special feather on its tail. And just about done here. Still need to put some feet on this bird. This is really easy. I have a curvy line and a curvy line. Those are the legs. Now I need to add a couple of toes. I'm going to start right here and make another curvy line that comes inside of that one. And again. Alright, now we just need another toe on the back. One more on the back. That's how birds are able to grab onto branches with their toes. They have one toe on the back. And you can change the eye to make it look any way you want. It could be a happy bird, it could be an angry bird, it could be a sleepy bird, whatever you want. Now I've got one bird on here. I want to add some vines now. Vines are like really long plants. Maybe these vines have flowers growing on them. That's a normal thing in these type of pictures. So I'm going to put a flower up at the top, starting with the circle, and then adding my petals around the circle. Pretty easy stuff. But I want to fill up my paper with this. So I'm going to keep going. I've also got leaves that are growing on my vine. That's important. And sometimes I'll have another vine just coming out of the vine I already drew. Some more flowers. And I'm going to keep going until I've filled up my... I even added a second bird here. You don't have to draw two birds if you don't want to. You could draw more than two, or you could draw just one. It's up to you. There's lots of things that you can draw. But I do want you to have some flowers, some vines, and at least one kind of animal. So your paper, when you're practicing drawing, it can look like anything, but mine looked like this. And when you've practiced enough, and you feel like you're ready to move on to your final paper, then you can start drawing on your amate style paper with a pencil. I also have some markers here. That's going to help me after I draw my picture. So I'm filling up my picture with the birds, the vines, and the flowers. Remember, you don't have to draw birds, but you do need to draw some sort of vines and flowers to keep this a traditional picture. And some sort of animal. I think birds are the most common, and they're fun to draw. They're a big part of the culture. So, after that, we're going to move on to painting. If this was too quick for you, I have another slow video of me drawing, so you can watch that whenever you're ready. Or you can stop this one and rewind it and watch it as many times as you need. I hope you have fun, and I can't wait to see what you made.